is an objective? Learning objectives can be based on 3 areas of learning: knowledge, skills, and attitude. A learning objective should describe what students should know or be able to do at the end of a lesson, course, activity, and/or project that they were not able to do before the activity, lesson, project, and/or course. Objectives must be clear to the students. They all must know what they are learning and why they are doing it.
Hey kids, this is Starla Lee. This slide is about the academic standards list that you can find at the Minnesota Department of Education website, which hopefully you have already looked at and figured out. They got the standards for the arts, English language arts, health and phy-ed, mathematics, science, social studies, STEM, world languages. Go there. It is the Bible. It is the center of our universe. It is everything. Why, yes, there's an app for that. The teacher I was working with turned me on to this. This is the Minnesota Academic Standards. It's got the various disciplines. It's got grades. It will tell you what the standards are within the grade. You can make notes on here. You can use these numbers you can search within it also, which is pretty cool. Use it! I completely stumbled upon this website. The frameworks are resources developed to help teachers translate the Minnesota standards into classroom practice and assist in student achievement. It's great. It tells you the standard, benchmark, overview, misconceptions, vignette, resources, assessment, differentiation, parents, admin. It is a great resource. Benchmark it yourself.
Why do educators have objectives? Learning objectives are a way for teachers to structure, sequence, and plan out learning goals for a specific instructional period. It helps move the students towards the success of long-term educational goals. This is where they meet course learning expectations, performing well on standardized tests, and graduating from high school.
Where do we use objectives? Objectives are the roadmap for your lesson. Objectives are what drive the lesson. Every activity, every instructional device, every teaching resource, and every means of evaluation and assessment must be linked to the lesson's objectives. By stating a measurable outcome, the learning objective gives the teacher more direction on what needs to be taught. Learning objectives allow students to participate as active, independent learners. How instruction is given. Successful teachers have clear objectives. How do you know if you are driving the right way when you are traveling somewhere new? You use road signs and a map. In the world of education, your objectives for your students act as the road signs to your destination, and your plan is the map. Once you've sequenced your objectives within a given time frame, the next step is to create activities that help students meet each objective. Decide which activities are the most relevant to your desired objectives. Ask yourself these questions. What do my students already know that will help them meet a desired objective? And what activities will best help students meet a desired objective? The goal of providing feedback is to give students information about their performance relative to a particular learning objective, so they can improve their performance and understand themselves better as learners. Providing students with opportunities to reflect on their own performance and exchange feedback with peers can help them become lifelong learners.
What is Bloom's taxonomy, you ask? Bloom's taxonomy is a classification of different objectives and skills that educators set for their students. Basically, it's the foundation of which all of our lesson plans are formed. There are 6 levels of learning that teachers use to structure their lessons and activities. They are remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Bloom's taxonomy is a powerful tool to help develop learning objectives because it explains the process of learning. Before you can understand a concept, you must remember it. To be able to apply that concept, you must first understand it. In order to evaluate a process, you must have analyzed it. And to create an accurate conclusion, you must have completed a thorough evaluation.
A well-constructed learning objective has an intended learning outcome and also contains 3 parts. The first part of the objective is the conditions under which the resulting behavior is to be performed. Examples of these would be through direct instruction or modeling. The second part to a well-written objective is an observable student behavior that is attained and can be described in concrete terms. An example of this would be to demonstrate one-on-one correspondence. The last part is a criterion that shows how well the student can perform the behavior. With this, you want to see them accurately counting out a specified number. This is the link for the Learning Objective Builder that we received with our lesson plan information.
So here is the Objective Builder website that we were given. When you get on here, you can read all through this. I have already done that, so I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom and push start. So right here, it wants me to pick a noun. I'm going to tell them what I want my students to learn, which is 1-to-1. Okay, it's not CP, it's correspondence. Yay, I spelled it right. So I'm going to press OK. And then you're going to pick a level in Bloom's that you want your student to be at. So you push on that arrow, and I'm going to do demonstrate an ability to apply their learning to solve problems. So I'm going to continue. And now the end is I want them, better watch out because it does that a lot. I want them to apply, and then we scroll down a little bit. I want them to count items up to 20 with 100% accuracy. There we go, press OK. And I want them to generate my objective. And this is what they give me. Apply one-to-one correspondence, count items up to 20 with 100% accuracy.
The Learning Objective website gives you a general idea of how to build your objectives. Here is one that you could perhaps use for this. Provided modeling and direct instruction, the student will demonstrate one-to-one correspondence by counting up to 20 manipulatives with 100% accuracy.
There are 2 ways to format an objective. The following 2 slides are examples of such. Take a look at this objective. Can you tell me if this is correctly written or if it's incorrectly written? How do you know? This is how the objective should be written because it has a specific learning activity and teaching strategy. It has observable and measurable behaviors. It has a desired learning based on standards, which is also based on criteria. So this is a good example of a well-written objective.
Looking at this objective, it is written incorrectly. Students will know the face value of each coin. Why is it written incorrectly? There is not enough detail to it. Looking at this objective, it is written correctly. Given direct instruction and examples, students will be able to identify the different types of coins based on each coin value and size by completing a worksheet or demonstrating knowledge directly to the teacher.
Take a look at this objective. What do you think? Do you think this is a correctly written objective, or do you think this one needs work?
Incorrect objective. Students will count to 100 by 2s, 5s, and 10s. Correct objective. Students will be able to count by 2s, 5s, and 10s to 100 when given a certain number to start at.
Howdy, this is Starla. Just to add some confusion to the whole issue of using standards for your objective, this is the standard for 6.1.3.3, and this was thought to be a bad objective, so I'm not really sure what it should be. This is Starla again. So this good objective looks like it's actually the benchmark. It's not the standard. So yeah, I have no idea what's happening.